Welcome guys to a brand new video on solo leveling Arise. Now if you guys turned up to my live stream, you would have seen me done a couple of testing with the brand new character. I went over my opinions, but if you guys haven't seen that, of course makes sense. But in today's video we are going to be going over my first impression of this brand new character Meilin Fisher, which I have only got to one extra dupe for. If you guys haven't seen my summoning video, go ahead and check it out. I think it was pretty bad, honestly. We won 50-50, which is great. We won our 50-50 twice, but still we had to go all the way to soft pity, which I don't like. But anyways, it wasn't that bad. But anyways, we got the character, I got her weapon, and I'm going to be reviewing this character. Basically, this is first impressions. Of course, there is going to be more testing that needs to be done with her. But okay, let's start. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, stay tuned for more content on solo leveling Arise. If you guys enjoy this video, make sure you are subscribed, make sure that post notification is on, and make sure you click the like button. Go ahead and let's get this video to 50 likes as well. So my first impression of Meilin Fisher, again, she's kind of similar to Min. However, Min is more universal, easier to obtain, and I like Min a little bit more. But one thing I would like to say is the new content is pretty much designed for this character. It's like water type characters are pretty much important for this new content that we have right now with the workshop of Brilliant Light. Oh, just a quick detour. If you guys have not been able to unlock workshop of Brilliant Light, there might be two reasons for that. One of them is you have to clear chapter 18, which I don't think is the case, because in the patch note it told you guys it's after clearing chapter 10 of the hard mode. But if you guys have cleared the boss fights and you still haven't unlocked it, I suggest you complete it again, and maybe that will rejog the system to make it work. But if it's not that, go over to the hard mode chapter 10, and even if it's still not unlocked for you guys, go ahead and complete chapter 10 again. So the very last one, just do that again and you should be fine, and then you should be able to unlock it. Anyways, this new workshop of Brilliant Light literally makes that water team absolutely important, especially with Alicia, and not only the new character Fisher, but also Alicia. Alicia is also pretty important in here because this boss applies a bunch of debuff on you, and guess who allows you to remove the debuff? Alicia. And guess who allows you to heal? You have Meilin Fisher. I'm not gonna lie, I want to say they are must-have for that main reason, because that particular content, this endgame content, is very, very important, because you want to get the new sets of weapon or artifacts, and those two characters will make it absolutely 10 times better for you. So honestly, I would like to call them a must-have in that case. However, in terms of other content we have in game, they are not a must-have. Again, I kind of find it a little bit weird, or I want to say scummy, but it's not really scummy. But the two characters that were released quite recently, limited characters or exclusive characters designed for one particular content, and if you don't have any other characters, it might make it very difficult. I mean, you could use Hong Dong-soo because he allows you to remove the shield, and you could use Min because he allows you to heal. He gives you heal and he can increase your damage you do, but you need to be able to remove debuff. Which other characters could you use? I'm guessing this SR unit, where is she at? She actually removes debuff, so I guess you could use her as well. But this is a fire stage, so let me check if wind type characters are getting debuffed in here, because if they are, it's going to be extremely difficult. So recommended. Okay, no, it's fine. Actually, you could use wind type characters in here, honestly. So I might make a separate video on that, because there's two characters you can use to make this a lot better for you guys. You need to be able to remove debuff and also deal damage, and as well as just heal yourself. So there is other characters you could use, honestly. Min with Hong Dong-soo, if you want to remove shield. I don't know if that's something he does with his special skill. Yeah, he removes shield, that's perfect. And then you also have, yeah, so you can actually use other characters. So again, it's not necessarily a must-have anymore, actually, because there's other characters you could use, but again, they are very much important for this content. Now, in terms of Meilin Fisher, what I like about her is the mere fact she heals. Her healing is a little bit better than Min, but at the same time, if you are in stages where it's literally just hunters only, not your Song Jin-woo, the healing ability she has is literally on her skill 1 with an 8-second cooldown. It's not consistent healing compared to like Min, which you get that little burst of little heals as you carry on playing, but again, just like Min, it's not crazy heals. I'm not gonna say it's crazy heals, but if you're using her with Song Jin-woo, that heal from the support skill is actually pretty good. The healing plus everything else he has from the support skill is honestly one of the best in the game. I can't lie. So again, the healing, they kind of classed her as a healer. Not really. She's not a healer. She's a buffer type character, supportive type character. So I think they kind of did a, they kind of lied in that sense. She's not a healer. Just because she heals doesn't mean she's a healer. Because the healing isn't too crazy unless you're using Song Jin-woo. So again, what I like about her is the fact that she heals. Again, pretty nice. But the special skill, the support skill, is what I really like about her. Because as you can see, when this skill hits, it removes the target's shield. She also provides you guys with healing, that's 8%. That is actually quite nice, especially when you're using her with other water type characters with this shield. It is absolutely broken, honestly. And then you also have the ability to increase user's attack and reduce the damage taken. All of this is really why I like what I like about her. Besides that, most of the buffs she provides you are not that insane. Now I have her first dupe, which I think is very important for this character. I think you can summon for her just so you can have this character for when you're clearing this brand new content we have, the Workshop of Brilliant Light. But if you want her to be an absolutely amazing buffer for Alicia, I absolutely think you need the first dupe. The reason for that is because if you take a look at this ability over here, the So Cute ability, which is increasing the user's core attack by 8%. This is not great. So if you have Min, honestly, better to use Min over a A0 Meilin Fisher for a good buffer for Alicia, honestly. However, once you have her first dupe, you actually can increase that buff to 32%. Yes, they literally made it like, okay, A1 is where you want to get this character at, because look at this, increasing the user's core attack by 32%. She also increases her damage of the up skill by 64%. So the damage is actually not bad, but it's not great as well, but it's not abysmal. And then she also has this ability over here, which it makes her a pseudo tank as well. Again, if you want to get this character, I stress this, she is going to be good at A0, but A1 is where it is at. At A0, she's not better than Min, I don't think. But at A1, she is on the same tier as Min in terms of supportive character that can actually help Alicia. So in that case, if you don't have Alicia, is this character a must-have? Again, probably not. But again, we have this brand new content that is literally catered to her. So you might want to get her for that content if you want to have an easier time with the Workshop of Brilliant Light. I wouldn't want to say she's a must-have, but again, this is where she shines at. But any other content, you don't really necessarily need her. So for free-to-play players, does that mean you need to summon for her? Absolutely not. Because if she's only really predominantly amazing in one content and you need to get the A1, does that mean you need to summon for her? No, you could just use Min and you should be fine. Again, Min's healing is not that great, but the ability, like the punishment ability plus his ult, is absolutely crazy. Again, her ult also does help with buffing, but again, it's not like, it's a lot of really nice buff, but it's not like crazy buff or insane buff. But increasing attack by 8%, defense, crit rate, core attacks, and damage taken debuff, that's actually pretty decent. All of this is pretty decent, honestly. So again, she is technically, I wouldn't say a well character, but it's not a free-to-play character for sure, because you don't need her in every single content. You necessarily don't need her. You only need her for the Workshop of Brilliant Light, and even then you need A1 before she can actually become a good buffer for Alicia. So what I think you could do for content where you don't need to break the bosses, you can actually run Min, this chick if you have a A1 Fisher, and then Alicia, and the damage from that is actually pretty good. So what I'm talking about is, if I go over to manage teams right now and I'm building a hunter team, let's say I'm going into content where there is literally no break bar, this is honestly one of the best teams you can build, honestly, which is basically Min. So immediately you go in with Min, you use this skill over here, which will increase the damage taken by 15%. Then you quickly switch. You want to use all his skills, quickly switch over to her. Then you would use this ability as well. And then, assuming you have A1, that would be a really good buff for Alicia, because it would increase her core attack by 32%. And then you switch over to Alicia, plus making sure you have Tusk as well. And trust me, Alicia is about to go absolutely crazy. This is really good this way. Her weapon is also very good. When the user uses a side whip, it increases the damage of the team member with the highest attack by 1%. So again, this is really good because you can literally make sure that buff guarantees goes over to Alicia. So I think this is a really good team comp over here to help Alicia deal insane crazy damage. By 1% for 12 seconds. Each time Meilin's Fisher's HP is increased by 200, which will allow her to heal even more. Decreases ultimate skill cooldown by 5% as well. Is this only to her or to the team? I think this is team. Oh no, I think it's only her, but still, this is very helpful. Now, again, to make this work, you need to make sure one of your characters have this gear on them, the Destroyer set, so that you can get that power gauge acquisition more, so that you can ult faster, because then eventually you will be able to ult with Min and ult at the same time with Meilin Fisher, and you will have insane buffs stacking up. So honestly, that's a really strong team over here, but that is just one thing I want to mention. She isn't a necessarily must-have character. She's technically a whale character, a paying customer character, because it's really only needed for Workshop of Brilliant Light. But I can also see her in Battlefield of Chaos as well. Honestly, actually no, Battlefield of Chaos, she's also very good in here as well. I changed my mind. She's actually pretty decent in here as well. What I mean by that is if you use her, so let's just go over to here. Originally, my team that I showcased on this was literally a shield team, because healers were not that great. So having an A3 Emma, you could have 3 shields. Alicia provides shields with debuff removal. We got Emma with the shield, Sia with the shield. Now you can actually run much better if you have her A to A1. You can run this team, and it will actually be very good. You have the ability to heal, and then you also have this buff that helps core attack, only useful for Alicia. But then she also had the QTE, which doesn't really do much actually, but then she has the ults, which everyone can benefit from that. So this is actually a good team you can run as well, guys. So in terms of, is she a must-have or should you summon for her? I think just to make an easier time in here, of course you should summon for her. If you really hate this content and you want to make sure your time in here is easy, of course. But I guess the boss resets in 6 days. Does that mean the elemental type will change or the boss will change? If so, then you don't necessarily need her. If the boss typing changes, then I don't think you need her. So right now it's weak to water. I mean, yeah, it's weak to water. But if a boss refreshes and it's a different boss, actually no, it should still remain. Actually, I wonder if they'll change it. I'm trying to look at it, but it's in Korean. Give me a second, I'm trying to translate it. Google Translate, please. Translate, there we go, to English. There we go. Does it say the elemental types changes? No, it doesn't. So I don't know if this boss will remain the same, like it's weak to water type. If so, then of course it means that she's pretty much just built for this. Again, if you're free to play player, you probably just don't want to get her. Again, you can go with Min, it's totally fine. Min plus this character to remove the debuff, plus another unit that could help your character. You need a breaker as well. You need a breaker. So honestly, you could use her. Wait, does he also stun? Does he stun? Yeah, actually, this is a perfect team. Hong Dong-soo plus Min plus this chick would actually work fine. You can also use Nam as well, because he does have great break ability with freezing. Actually no, you do need a break. Sorry, Nam. So not Hong Dong-soo. Sorry, you need Nam, you need her, and you need Min. Those 3 would actually pretty be good for this content over here. So you don't necessarily need that water typing, but of course, yeah, you don't need that. You don't really need her, I guess you could say. You could use an SR unit instead. So I guess the usefulness of an SR unit has just increased now. If you're free to play, you don't need to summon for her. It's as simple as that. but she's not bad. Like, I think once you dupe her up, she's actually very, very good. She's comparable to Min as some of the best support characters in the game. So if you get that one dupe, like literally she's on par with Min now in terms of buffing capability. But the buff is not universal. Well, she does have universal buff with this, but that's pretty much it. With this one, it's crazy, and her support skill, absolutely crazy as well. That is my take on her. I'm not actually disappointed with her. I did make a video when I was doing like everything you know about her, and I was saying I was disappointed. But you know what? Not that disappointed. But again, you do need that A1, which is a little bit disappointing, because now free-to-play players not only have to think about getting one copy, but now they have to get a second copy of her. I think if you're only going to get one copy, don't. If you're only getting one copy, please do not. That's not good. Get A1. It's been your boy AC Gamer. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm out.